All right, so this video is going to be super important for two groups of people. The first is going to be real estate brokers who are looking to level up in their career, adding new tools and skills. This is going to allow you to categorize your efforts so that you understand where your business might need a little bit of help. And also, as all the shiny objects are coming at you, it will allow you to break them down and focus on the things that are going to move your business forward the fastest. The other group of people that this video is going to be useful for is going to be home sellers. Now, home sellers are notorious for interviewing a variety of different real estate brokers. And this is important because you need to make sure you have the right fit, the right talent, somebody who understands what they're doing and connects with you on a personal level. Now, every listing presentation can be very, very different. And it's hard to compare apples to apples because everybody has their own style, everybody has their own types of listing presentation, their own communication style. But this video will give you the rubric and an understanding of ways that you can really compare the skills and talent of each broker to the next. And so watch this video, watch it all the way through, because pillar number 5, it's going to be the one that's going to make the biggest difference in how your real estate broker solves problems, as well as the solutions that they can creatively solve for throughout the transaction. So that first pillar is going to be market knowledge. This is typically a geographic location, a grouping of homes. It could be an entire city depending on where you live. But what's important is understanding that there's all sorts of details and statistics and nuance to each market. And so what we do is, like, understanding that market knowledge is going to be intimately knowing things like school districts, types of inventory that are typically built in an area, usual age of homes in a certain area is going to be part of your market knowledge. Understanding, price per square foot, what are new homes trading at, who are the big developers, the builders, the people who are flipping homes, like understanding who are the players in a certain geographic area. That's going to be your market knowledge. This can also include things like politics, what new restaurants are coming in, is there any infrastructure development, so new roads, new schools, that all gets grouped into your market knowledge. So if you feel like you don't know where to start, then your market knowledge is going to be the number one way that you can upgrade yourself as a broker to really be effective as a real estate agent for your clients. Pillar number 2 is going to be more specific to what is actually on the lot that you're selling. And this is what we call architecture and design. You can really impress your clients and help them make decisions if you understand the homes that you're actually selling. And I mean this on a construction type basis. Like, what are the construction methods of certain types of homes? What are typical features in different architectural styles? What is the characteristic of a certain lot? Which lots are more desirable when you have slopes and hillsides and retaining walls? All of that is going to be categorized into our architecture and design knowledge. Now, this can be especially effective if you have somebody who's maybe looking to do a renovation once they move in. So understanding which walls can be removed, understanding what are the design trends that are currently happening in our market. How are buyers making decisions when they walk into a home? Do they like traditional floor plans? Do they like open concept? White oak floors versus the dark floors? Like, all of those things are going to be architecture and design information that's going to help you be a more effective real estate broker. Pillar number 3 is prospecting. Now, prospecting is absolutely critical to any business, but especially in real estate. Now, prospecting can be not only for clients, but it can also be for other buyers, and it can be how do you attract other brokers into your broker open. It could be just the general collection of conversations that you can start. It can be the starting of conversations with potential business partners and clients. This topic, this pillar, is really going to be focused on the systems that you have in place for developing new relationships and starting conversations that could be valuable to you or your client in creating a transaction. The things to look out for, or the things that you could work on that fall into this category, are going to be things like email marketing, branding, and your open house systems, how you market yourself, how you create a narrative for the house. All of these things are going to be related to prospecting. Pillar number 4 is going to be all about sales and communication. So sales and communication is the skill set that a broker has that allows them to take a client or a broker or anybody really and help them make decisions. So how do we use sales and communication to get one party from point A to point B and really assist in finding and giving the information and delivering information in a way that helps people make decisions. This is a sales industry. If you are a real estate agent who doesn't think you're selling, then you're probably not doing things exactly right, because there are so many techniques and ways that we can communicate with people that can absolutely help people make decisions. That is what we're here for, is to help people make the decisions that they know they should make in the first place. Sales and communication, we're going to be talking about verbal and nonverbal communication, as well as our body language, the flow that we set up around us. You know, when you have an open house, there are certain ways that you can create a vibe or an experience for the people coming into the house that plays into how you're going to communicate with them verbally and non-verbally. So these are really, really important skills when you are trying to understand what does a sales process look like, and how do we help people make the decisions, get them from point A to point B as quickly and as efficiently as possible with the least amount of stress. Pillar number 5, which is my favorite and probably the most advanced, is going to be all about contracts and deal structure. We are writing contracts, right? We are participating in a legal binding contract, and so it is incredibly important that you as a real estate agent understand what your clients are signing. Not only just understanding it, but also understanding how it could play out in certain situations. You could be very strategic about how you set up your contracts, how you present the contracts, how you use certain addendums in certain ways to have the highest likelihood of success for you and your client throughout the transaction. Now, I cannot tell you how many times we run into other brokers in transactions that really just don't understand what the contracts say. And so this is a really, really important legal part of what we do, is we need to understand and be able to see the trajectory of the transaction based on the agreement that was made. So that's the first part. The second part is understanding deal structure. There are thousands of ways to structure a transaction. And when you can start strategizing with different types of structures, that allows you to solve problems in new ways. The typical sales process for most agents is going to be to list a home, put it on the market, put it in the MLS, and then to buy a home. So you're either representing the buyer or the seller in a very straightforward purchase and sale agreement. Now we can start adding in more interesting concepts to solve different problems. What I mean by that is, once you start learning about lease options, assignments, loan assumptions, and loan wraps, different ways to start structuring, owner finance deals versus, note investing, like all of these things go hand in hand together, and you can really start getting creative with how you structure and architect a transaction, which can solve different problems. Not everybody needs a straightforward purchase and sale agreement. There's actually a lot of people who could use a more sophisticated type transaction. So if you understand your contracts and you understand deal structure, then you can start pairing these together and really providing exceptional value to your clients and providing solutions to their specific situation that are out of the box and maybe fit their needs much better than a traditional listing would or a traditional purchase and sale. So there you go. That's the 5 pillars. We've got market knowledge, architecture and design, prospecting, sales and communication, and lastly, contracts and deal structure. As you are moving forward in your real estate career, you can start to take every bit of information that's coming at you and you can categorize it into one of those 5 pillars. And that can really help you understand, what is it that I'm trying to do? How am I trying to grow as a broker? And how can I increase my potency and my effectiveness as a real estate agent to be better at my craft? If you are a home seller, then now you have a rubric in which to judge and to compare brokers that are coming in and that you're interviewing. If you're a home seller, feel free to reach out with any questions. If you're a broker, I'm happy to help you with any of these areas. If you feel like this was useful, then please, please, please go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. Happy to get back to you right away. Jacob Weaver with the Weaver Burn Group out of Bellevue, Washington, and look forward to the next video.